What's up everybody, this is Teacher Ivan from NextGen Academy. Our goal in this channel is to help you achieve your highest potential and to help you understand subjects in the easiest and the most efficient way. If you'd like to get more tips and tricks on how to achieve A star in your IGCSE, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to this channel. Lastly, if you need any help in your studies, you can always head on to our website, link in the below, or our Instagram. Drop us a DM and we'll be able to help you. Enjoy this video and I wish you all the best. Okay, this is the final paper. May-June 2021, paper 2-3, and we'll just jump straight into it. Okay, final paper, and yeah. Okay. 1 minute, let me find my calculator. Okay, first one, do not use a calculator in this question. Write 4 minus sub 5 over 7 minus 3 sub 5 with a rational denominator, simplifying your answer. So this is about rationalizing your denominator. Put your conjugate surds. So just multiply by your conjugate surds. In this case, it's just multiply by a opposite symbol. Okay, here and here. A plus B, A minus B equals to A square minus B square. The top you just cross multiply it. So you will get 28 plus 12 sub 5 minus 7 sub 5 minus 15 over 49 minus 45. Make sure you all show your working for this. Okay, will be equals to 13 plus 5 sub 5 over 4. Okay, 3-mark question. I don't think anyone has issue, right? This one, 13 plus 5 sub 5 over 4. Okay, let's look at the second one. Given that y equals to 2 times 7 to the power of 2x minus 3 times 7 to the power of x plus 1 plus 19. Find the value of x when y equals to 30. 4-mark question. Okay, so you all have to recognize the pattern, right? There's a 7 to the power of x in the term. One of it is power 2, so it follows the pattern 2, 1, 0. So it's actually a quadratic equation, or you can change it to a quadratic equation. We categorize this as a complex quadratic equation. Don't miss this. They say they want to find specifically when y equals to 30. Okay, so how I would write is, let's write here, 30 equals to, okay, if you're not sure, break it down to parts, the indices. Write it like this. If you're not sure, then this will be 7 to the power of 1, or you can just write 7 and 7 to the power of x plus 19. Okay? If you're not sure, break it down to parts. Then we use the let method. Let 7 to the power x equals to u. You can write it as 2u squared minus 3 times 7, 21u plus 19 minus 30 will become minus 11 equals to 0. You get 2u plus 1, u minus 11 equals to 0. Okay, then you get u equals to negative half, u equals to 11. Replace back the u with 7 to the power 8. That's 7 to the power x. Okay, your this one you cannot be negative. Okay, so you reject it. Okay, you can try expanding in it also, but normally when we want to change to log and all negative one. Okay, because you're just go and change it to log form. So we can reject straight away here. Or here, you can use log, you use ln, also up to you, can. Use power rule, log 7 equals to log 11, x equals to log 11 over log 7. Type this in the calculator, get 1.23. Okay, here, right, Okay, here just use log 10 because your calculator can use log 10. I think most of your calculator, you all will be using this one. Okay, so just change it all to log 10. Okay, 4-mark question. Next one. Write this equation in the form 3 to the power a times x to the power b times y to the power c, where a, b, and c are constants. Okay, so everything according to your indices. So let's just break it down. You get x, you get 2, 4, 3, you get x 5 over 3, y to the power 5 over 3, y 5 over 4. Okay, simplify it carefully. The numbers with the numbers, 2, 4, 3 divided by 3, you get 81. All the x you put together, you get 8 over 3, and then y 15 over 4. They want it in 3 to the power of a, so we change our 81 to 3 to the power of 4 times x 8 over 3 times y 15 over 4. You want to write a, b, c like this also can. Okay, otherwise just present it in the form that they want. Okay, 3-mark question. This one just double check, triple check so that you don't make any small mistakes. Sometimes you count. Okay, even for myself, like you just your plus or minus, then you go and accidentally times it. Okay, try not to make a silly mistake in all these small questions. Okay, second one, find the value of a such that 2 log a8 equals to 3 over 2. Okay, so how do you do this? A, just change to log form to indices form. Okay, I got the 2 in front, so I bring it over to the other side first. So it'll be 3 over 4. And a 3 over 4 equals to 8. I want to bring it over, then it will be 8 to the power of 4 over 3. Type this in the calculator, you get 16. 2-mark question. Last one, write log base a square 3a as a single log to base a. Okay, single log to base a, it means log a, then the whole thing, one argument. That's what it means. Okay, that means I want one term of log a only, and then one argument. Okay, then also I want it in base a. So we got to change our base first. The first step, log a 3a over log a squared. Okay, at the bottom here, I can apply power rule, so it becomes 1 over 2. Okay, 1 over 2. Don't leave it like this because we want it as single logarithm to base a. So how would you write it? It will be something, okay, not something, it will be exactly like this. 1 over 2, and you got to put a bracket. Because you don't put a bracket, it's wrong. It only belongs to the a if you don't put a bracket. So the half, the power 1 over 2 belongs to the entire argument. Okay? Cool. All right. Next one. Variables x and y are such that y equals to sine over cos x. Using differentiation, find the approximate change in y. Okay. So this approximate change in y means delta y as x increases from negative pi over 4 to h minus pi over 4, where h is small. All right. Easy way to do it. Don't need to do a quotient rule with this. Sine over cos x is actually tangent x. Okay, so change it to tangent x first. This is the first mark. Because we have learned how to do secant tangent x differentiate to become secant square x, right? So dy over dx equals to secant square x. Then we want to find approximate change. the formula is always delta y over delta x equals to dy dx. Write this down first so you know what to find exactly, or what you need to find. We already found dy dx. Then they say x increases. Sometimes they say y increases. So this is the easier one, x increases. Y increases, then you will have one extra step. So x increases from negative pi over 4 to h minus pi over 4. So that will be your delta x will be equals to x new minus x ori. That's how you get h minus pi over 4 minus pi over 4. You get h. Okay, you can straight away write h also. Okay, this part here is actually how you count it. But as long you write your delta x equals to h, so it'll be delta y over h equals to dy over dx, which is secant square. Then you put in your origin x, which is negative pi over 4. Okay, then delta y will be secant square bracket negative pi over 4 times h, which you will get 2h. This whole thing, the secant square negative pi over 4, just type into your calculator. You straight away get the value 2. Okay, secant square is just 1 over cos square. So you just cos negative pi over 4, that answer square, then 1 over that value. Then you make sure you write the h. This is a 4-mark question. Okay, next one. Solve the inequality 2x squared minus 17x plus 21. So, factorize it first. This is an inequality question. So you get 2x minus 3, x minus 7, less than equal to 0. You'll get the roots, x equals to 3 over 2 and x equals to 7. Draw this out so you know where is the range of values. Less than 0, therefore it'll be here. 3 over 2, 7. Okay, so how to write in between? In between, like this. 3 over 2 and 7. Okay, hence, find the area enclosed between the curve. Okay, this, the equation, and the x-axis. Literally, look at the up there one. Okay, this area that we just shaded is what we want to find. Okay, is what we want to find. And if you see, right, you see it's at the bottom of the curve, right? Because we are finding the area below here, right? So most likely, okay, to check whether you are correct or not, your area actually should get negative. Okay, when you calculate that time, you will get negative, but you need to present area in positive. So when you calculate, you integrate it, right, to find area, you will get a negative value. You just got to remember that. If you get a positive value, that means something might be wrong already. Okay, so imagine this one is really like that, your x-axis, y-axis, and we know it's a quadratic graph, so it's like that. Okay, from 3 over 2 to 7. So we integrate 3 over 2 to 7, then 2x squared minus 17x plus 21 dx. Okay, let's integrate this. So you get 2x cubed over 3 minus 17 over 2x squared plus 21x. Here we will get 7 and 3 over 2. Okay, then just sub it in. Okay, sub it in. Let me see. Do you need to write? Yeah, just show your working lah. Minus 7 over 2, 7 squared plus 21 times 7 minus 2 times 3 over 2 cubed over 3 minus 17 over 2, 3 over 2 squared plus 21, 3 over 2. First bracket, you will get minus 245 over 6 minus 117 over 8. You will get negative 55.5. You all see? negative value. Okay, shouldn't get a positive value, but then your area, what you gotta write? Area is equals to 55.5. Okay, you all have to check this one. You all have to rewrite don't leave it as negative value because your area has to be presented in positive. Area negative is invalid. Okay, so if you leave it as negative, then you minus 1 mark there. Okay, next one. Number 6. The polynomial p is given by px equals to 36x cubed minus 15x squared minus 2x plus 1. Show that x equals to negative 0.25 is a root of the equation px equals to 0. Just use factor theorem. You wrote 11 over 24. I don't think it's 11 over 24. It's 1331 over 24. The previous one, right? 55.5. Bukan 55.11. Basically, it will be the same value as what I gave you. 55.5 or 55.45833. Okay, otherwise it's a wrong value. Okay, this one, how we show? Using factor theorem. So P negative 0.25 equals to 36 negative 0.25 cubed minus 15 negative 0.25 square minus 2 negative 0.25 plus 1. Okay, you will get 0 here. You need to write it out and show your working. Next one, show that the equation px has equal root or repeated root. Okay, so we know what's the first one already. This one, you want to use in a way the cheating way or to just check. Just go to equation on your calculator, then type in degree 3 because you can solve up to cubic here. Just check, always just check for your roots first. So at least you know what is it. So you see, immediately you will see it's negative 0.25. Then you'll see in the calculator, when you go down that time, right, you see on your top right, it says there R, then arrow backwards, arrow forward, 1. Okay, that symbol means it repeats. Okay, the roots repeats. In this case, okay, in this case is that the roots repeat. So you see the 1 over 3, you all should get a repeated root. So just make sure you know how to check using this first. Okay, but for you to prove it, because of the first question is x equals to negative 0.25. So you use that value to show how you factorize first. Okay, yeah, just use the long division and you all need to show the long division how you'll do it. So let's find this first. Px equals to, we know our first root just now was negative 0.25. So we know our first root is 4x plus 1 because x plus x equals to negative 1 over 4, right? Then 4x plus 1 equals to 0. So we know this one, the first one already. Go and show this. Okay, I probably won't write the whole thing. Okay, everyone go and try by yourself. You will get 4x plus, divide by 4x plus 1, you will get 9x squared minus 6x plus 1. Okay, 9x squared minus 6x plus 1. If you use other methods, totally fine. Just that the method that I always teach you all is just use long division, will be easy to do. Okay, so you get 9x squared minus 6x plus 1. Make sure you show your full working because that will be, yeah, you show your working on how you do it. That will be 1 mark also. Oops. Okay. Hold on a minute. Okay, then go and factorize the behind one. 4x plus 1, you'll get 3x minus 1, 3x minus 1. Or you can prove it also actually. Let's say you use b squared minus 4ac. You should get what equals 0, right? Okay, for you to prove it. Okay, so however you justify it, I think just stick with just factorizing will be easy because since most of you know how to just factorize it. Okay, so you can show here. Then you have to write statements out to also justify. Like this. Okay, then you can just write x equals 1 over 3 is a repeated root. Okay, make sure you all show something to at least present that it's a repeated root that you are showing. Okay, Ken? 4-mark question. Okay, 4-mark question. Okay, let's go next one. Okay, every paper, okay, you have a graph. So this is a ln graph. Y equals ln 4x minus 3 on the axis, stating the intercept with the x-axis. Okay, what did we learn about graph? SIA. Okay, for ln graph, S, your shape, you know it's like this. Intercept by default is 1. So for this case, we have to find, right? And then your asymptote. Asymptote, it is when you make your argument equals to 0 because math error happened there. Okay, so let's find what's the asymptote first. Okay, because we have to show all of these things. You don't show, you will get a marks here for for the SIA. So always use this as an indicator for both exponential and ln. SIA, shape, intercept, asymptote. So asymptote, we want to make the argument equals to 0. So 4x minus 3 equals to 0. And you'll get x equals to 3 over 4. So this is your asymptote. And this is how you check for it. Next one. There's no y-intercept in this case, but there will be x-intercept. X-intercept, it is when y equals to 0. So go and solve for this. 4x minus 3, you will get e to the power of 0 equals to 4x minus 3. X will be equals to 1. Okay, then let's draw it out. Your asymptote, you know it is 0.75, or just now what we found, 3 over 4. And then our graph, slide that the shape, and it intercepts at 1. Okay, 1. Okay, anyone have issue with this? This 2-mark question already.
Teacher, if I didn't draw your red color line, but I got marked is 3 over 4 for the what there?
You have to draw.
So 1 mark. Okay.
Yeah, you have to show your asymptote.
Sure. So usually to find the asymptote, right, it just like equals the
Argument.
equation inside the ln there to 0.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, because ln 0, like your thing ln x, why is ln x the asymptote 0? Because x equals to 0 is because ln 0 ln 0, there's no ln 0, right? Math error. That's actually how we get the asymptote. Okay, so for calculation wise. Okay, next one, find the equation of the tangent to the curve y equals to ln 4x minus 3 at a point where x equals to 2. So equation of tangent means we want to find y equals mx plus c, right? And let at x equals to 2. So we got to find what is m first. Okay, dy dx, you get f prime x over fx, so 4 over 4x minus 3. Then at x equals to 2, sub in 2 minus 3, you'll get 4 over 5. Then when x equals to 2, y will be equals to ln 5. Just sub it in. Here you all can show your working. Then actually your final mark, if you all see my mark scheme, you write until here, right? Actually you get until 5 marks already. You don't even need to simplify it into y equals mx plus c. Okay, so you see, when you differentiate the ln already, right, you immediately get 2 marks there already. So make sure you all know how to differentiate properly. Yeah. Okay, but if you want to put into y equals mx plus c, and just shift it around, here you get 8 over 5. Okay, but it's not necessary. Plus ln 5. Okay. All right. Let's move to the next one. 8a. Find integrate sine bracket theta plus pi over 3 bracket d theta. Hey, sorry, this is not theta. I forgot what this sign called already. Who knows what the sign called? Suddenly cannot process. What's this Greek symbol called? Okay, anyway, we just call it theta. In terms of theta, you all have to integrate it. So don't go and put x or any other symbol. You write it, it will be wrong. Okay, so integrate sine. So SC, negative S, negative C. Sine, I integrate, I'll get to cos. Okay, cos going up. So your final answer will just be negative 3 cos theta plus pi over 3 plus c. Theta mutated. Okay, you all know why? Is it minus 3? Okay, if you all didn't write minus 3 and get the behind one correct, you get 1 mark. Okay, the minus 3 is 1 mark because of theta over 3 plus pi over 3. Okay, theta over 3 plus pi over 3. You integrate it, you'll be 1 over 1 over 3. 1 over 1 over 3, which is equals to 3. Okay? So if you are not clear, make sure you just break down this part. It's theta, just separate it lah. Theta over 3 plus pi over 3. Okay, it's not theta. I forgot what is it called already. Okay, next one. Find integrate. This one is theta. Find sine square theta plus 5 cos square bracket d theta. Okay. Y'all think y'all cannot integrate this, right? Okay, your sine square and cos square. So need to simplify it first. 5 sine square theta plus 5 cos square theta. You can write it as 5 bracket sine square theta plus cos square theta, which is equals to 5 times 1, which is equals to 5. Okay, so make sure you know how to simplify this first. So you're actually integrating 5 only. Sometimes use the marks to help you all also. You all see like 2 marks only, then shouldn't be that difficult. So answer will be 5 theta plus c. Okay, 5 theta plus c. Okay, question B. Show that integrate 1 to e. No plus c. Let me see. Yeah. The the mark scheme sometimes say you don't have plus C, it's optional, but in this case, they never put a bracket to it. So you have to write 5 theta plus C. Yeah. So you minus 1 mark there. Okay. Okay, let's integrate this equation. So we have to open it up first. So 1 over E, open up that bracket, you get 1 plus 2 over x plus 1 over x squared plus minus 1 dx, you get equals to 2 over x plus 1 over x squared dx. 1 and minus 1 will cancel with each other. Then you'll see here 2 ln x. Then here is minus 1 over x. Get 1, integrate 1 to e. And then you get 2 ln e minus 1 over e minus 2 ln 1 minus 1 equals to 2 minus 1 over e plus 1. And then you will get 3e minus 1 over e. Proven. Okay, proven. There we go. Question 8 is done. Okay, next one. Function question. So you given to us fx equals to 13 minus 4x minus 2x squared. Write fx in the form a plus b bracket x plus c squared, where a, b, and c are constants. So make it to completing the square form. So fx equals to, okay, I like to rewrite it as ax squared plus bx plus c first. So I write it like this. Okay, then I factorize. I just factorize from a and b. You can do a, b, and c. It's up to you, but I just prefer to do it this way. Okay, you will eventually get the same answer. This, so x plus 1 square minus 1 square plus 13. And then open up the bracket. X plus 1 square plus 2 plus 13. Okay, we write it as how they want in the A, B, and C like that. So we can write it as 15 minus 2x plus 1 squared. Okay, A equals to 15, B equals to negative 2, C equals to 1. You're tired, first day back in school. Oh, so super excited to see everyone. All your energy.
Of course.
Super exhausted, eh? Your social quota all finish, eh? No lah, but y'all got so much energy. Okay, next one. Hence, write down the range of f. Okay, this one y'all have to know what graph is this. It's a set phase graph, and then from the equation above, we could find what is your maximum point rate. So this negative 1 and 15 range, we are just referring to y. So you can write y or fx is less than equals to 15. Cannot be less than, must be less than equal to 15. Okay, no other answers. Okay, next one. Question B. Okay, the function is defined x more than equals to 1 by gx. This equation, okay, given that g inverse 1 x, g inverse 1, g inverse x exists, write down the domain and the range of g inverse. So domain will be range, range will be domain. So you just need to always solve from your original function. So we know that the original domain for your function gx is 1 more than equals to 1. So it will be your range of the inverse because x will become y and y will become x. Okay, you can write g inverse or y more than 1. Your domain means you have to find the range of your original gx, right? So let's find that one first. We have to sub in g1 will be equals to 1 square plus 2 times 1 minus 1 equals to sub 2. Okay, so your domain will be x more than equals to sub 2. Okay, however, you all have to analyze depends on the equation also. So you all need to keep in mind, you all look at the equation, let's say exponential, ln, quadratic, what else? Your sine, cos, tangent, all these you all have to analyze based on it. But if you all see like some weird equation like this one, square root x squared plus 2x minus 1, you all somehow, most of the time, you all just sub it in only, okay? Or you all just guess the closest equations that you all can guess. All right, it's just like that. Because you see there's some element of x squared plus 2x minus 1, right? So you think whether it will go up, go down, or whatever. Okay, otherwise you just sub it in. Okay, next one. Show that g inverse will be equals to -1 plus cert px squared plus q. Okay, so first step that I always ask you all, right? Let g inverse x equals to y, gy equals to x. Okay, don't ever forget to write this line. Okay, I want you all keep this in the standard form. Okay, I want you all take note of this question also. You all see in the previous paper also something similar like this came out, and I think I observed quite a number of you all got it wrong. Okay, take note of this question. Y, so we'll get y squared plus, what's g? Okay, y squared plus 2y minus 1 equals to x. We want to make y the subject. So y is the term that we are trying to solve. Okay, so y squared plus 2y equals to x squared. But then you see here a bit weird right now, right? Because you see there's y squared and then y. And then here got one x squared. Okay, but what you want to observe, you see inside the answer here, right? There is a term x squared inside your g inverse. Okay, there's a term x squared. So what you can actually do is you make it to ax squared plus bx plus c. Minus 1 minus x squared. You write it as like that. Treat the x squared as the c term also. Okay. Remember, our term that we want to solve right now is y, not x. So this is in a quadratic form. Your ay squared plus by plus c. Then we use quadratic formula, right? Because we got an x squared inside there. -2, then b squared minus 4ac, okay, over 2a. Okay, then -2 plus minus 4 plus 4 plus 4x squared over 2, and you'll get here -1. Okay, -2 divided by 2, and over here 8 plus 4x squared over 2. My 8 and my 4, I can factorize out 4 from both of it. Why I put 4? Because square root 4 is 2. Okay, square root 4 is 2, then it will be 2 divided by 2. So your final answer will be -1 plus x squared plus 2. We want it in this specific form here. Okay, so make sure you all follow this form. This will be your final answer. Okay, question 10. In this question, all lengths are in cm. The volume and curved surface area of a cone of base radius r, height h, and sloping edge L are 1 over 3 pi r square height and pi r L. Okay. Diagram shows a cone of base radius x, height y, and sloping edge square root x squared plus y squared. The volume of the cone is 10 pi. Okay, so we got this, and then sloping edge. Find an expression for y in terms of x and show that the curved surface area S of the cone is given by S equals to pi cert x to the power 6 plus 900 over x. So we want to do this first question first. Then this one is the second part. Okay, so let's see. What do we have? To find y in terms of x, they give us volume, so we can use volume is equals to 1 over 3 pi r cubed, pi r square height. There's a formula. Given to us, it's 10 pi equals to 1 over 3 pi x square y. Okay, we use it in the terms that they give it to us. Y equals to 30 over x squared. Okay, y equals to 30 over x squared. That's the first one. Okay, second one, S will be what? S is your surface. Is it surface? Curved surface area. Okay, so not the entire surface area. If they say entire surface area means you're down there also. So this one will be what? Pi RL, right? Okay, pi RL. So pi R is x, L is square root x squared plus y squared, right? Over there. X squared plus y squared. Luis, later I answer you. You're wrong. Okay, pi x squared. We found y just now, so plus 30 over x squared. Okay, then let's see what will you get. You get pi x square root. Okay, we want to join it together. So here will be x squared plus 900 over x4. Here you can write as pi x over x to the power 6 plus 900 x to the power 4. Okay, then we simplify it. It will be pi pi x. Okay, this one I better write properly. This root is the whole thing. Then if bottom you want to open, then here will be x 6 over 900 over x squared, which is pi x 6 plus 900 over x. Okay, because x over x squared. Okay, if don't know, okay, somehow you all just write something, then make sure don't just leave it blank. Just write down whatever the question is asking you all. Okay, then just write proven. Okay, never ever leave it blank if you all don't know how to do it. Okay, next one. Given that x can vary and that s has a minimum value, find the exact value of x for which s is a minimum. Okay, s is a minimum. So for you to find s is a minimum means ds over dx equals to 0. Okay, ds over dx equals to 0. So we have to find what is ds over dx first. Okay, so let's differentiate this. This is a 5-mark question. I just rewrite it in terms of power. So x to the power 6 plus 900 to the power 1 over 2 over x. Okay, I separate into u and v. So u will be pi x to the power 6 plus 900 power 1 over 2. V equals to x. U prime. Okay, this one differentiate properly. Here is where I think you all have to check, double check, triple check here. And here you get 6x to the power 5. V prime equals to 1. Okay, summarize it, simplify it. 3 pi x to the power 5, x to the power 6 plus 900 to the power half, to the power half. Okay, be extra careful. I don't want you all lose marks over here. Okay, then write down what is ds over dx. ds over dx, which will be 3 pi x to the power 6, x to the power of 6 plus 900 negative 1 over 2 minus pi x to the power of 6 plus 900 to the power 1 over 2 over fly already, over what, x squared. Okay, then you want to write ds over dx equals to 0. You got to show this some way or another. Okay, then 0 equals to, let's see. Okay, so we can separate it. Basically, what we want to do is we want to simplify it, right? Your main goal for this is that if it's equals to 0 and then you see there's a fraction, only take your numerator equals to 0. Okay, never solve for your denominator, but we need to make it into one fraction first. Okay, so you all see if my working, why is it so long? You all might use a shorter one or maybe another method, but eventually you all should get the same answer. Luis, I don't get your question. Yes, it's power negative half. Just go and differentiate. Here. Wait, I wrote wrongly here. Let's go differentiate it. Okay, so 3 pi, let's see, what can we write? Okay, I think there's probably a shorter way. Let me think. This was what I did immediately just now. Okay, never mind. Let's just follow this. 3 pi x to the power of 4, x to the power of 6 plus 900 negative 1 over 2 minus pi over x squared Can also. So you don't have to keep writing, right? X6 plus 900. Okay, I honestly think my design is a bit long. I didn't check back again, but if you all use something shorter, it's totally fine. Okay, yeah, go and simplify this. Okay, go and simplify this. The main thing is that you make it to one fraction. Okay, make it to one fraction so you can solve the equals to 0. Okay. Okay, so if we were to put it into one fraction, it will be 3 pi x to the power of 4 minus pi x to the power of 6 plus 900 over 1 over 2 over x square x6 plus 900 1 over 2. Okay, then go and open up the bracket and go solve it. 3 pi, yeah, what am I writing? Here 6. 3 pi x to the power of 6 minus pi x to the power of 6. Here also no more. Minus 900 pi over x squared x6 plus 900 half. Okay, you will get 2 pi x to the power of 6 minus 900 pi over x squared x6 plus 900 to the power of 1 over 2. Okay, we only want to solve for the top one. Okay, so that means 0 equals to 2 pi x6 minus 900 pi, which will give you, we want to solve for pi, right? X, 900 pi. So design, cancel. Then you go and divide by 2. X to the power of 6 equals to 450. X equals to 6 root 450. This is your final answer. Okay, don't go and put into, don't go put into other decimal place. They want it in exact value. Okay, exact value. If you all use other working, but get the same answer, it's totally fine. Okay, because as long as you attempt to solve it, that's where the marks will be given to you. Okay, next one. Question 11. The first 3 terms of an arithmetic progressions are 1 over p, 1 over q, and negative 1 over q. Show that the common difference can be written as negative 2 over 3p. Okay. We are wanting to prove that d, common difference, d is negative 2 over 3p. Okay. There are various ways to do it, but I'll just show you all one of it. We know that the common difference is the same for an entire arithmetic progression, right? And we know also that how we find the common difference is you take the next term minus the previous term. So let's just say if I compare the first and second term, this we call it as D1. Then this one, the second and third term, we call it as D2. D1 will be equal to D2, right? The common difference. In fact, D1, D2, D3, D4, D anything for this entire progression will be the same. Same goes for ratio also, the common ratio. It's common, ma. Okay, it will always be the same. So you all need to keep it in mind. Sometimes they might change this question to geometric progression also. It still works the same. Just that next term divided by the previous term, then like let's say you can do T2 divided by T1 will be equals to T3 divided by T2. That is a very common equation for you to use. Okay, so we can use this, that D1 is equals to D2. Okay, which means my term 2 minus term 1 will be equals to term 3 minus term 2. You can write it as U, so it's up to you. You can write 1 over Q minus 1 over P will be equals to negative 1 over Q, negative 1 over Q. You get negative 1 over P equals to negative 3 over Q, because negative 1 over Q minus 1 over Q minus 1 over Q. So negative 3 over Q. Okay, then we can get an expression Q equals to 3P. Okay, you all see why I make Q as a subject is because here, the term that they want is in terms of P. It means I want to eliminate Q away. I want to substitute Q away. Okay, D, just now what we found for D, we can either use T2 minus T1 or T3 minus T2. So common difference, either one of it, I can write it as 1 over Q minus 1 over P. Okay, 1 over Q minus 1 over P, which would be, let's see. Okay, so we just replace 1 over 3P minus 1 over P, which will give me 1 minus 3 over 3P equals to negative 2 over 3P. Okay, negative 2 over 3P. All right, next one. The 10th term of the progression is k over p, where k is a constant. Find the value of k. Okay, so I think we need the information above. Okay, so 10th term, so you can write U10 or T10. I prefer writing in T because T is term, equals to k over p. What's the formula? A plus n minus 1d, right? A plus n minus 1d. That's for finding your t. Okay, what do we get for A? Given to us in the question, first term is 1 over p plus n minus 1d will be 9. D we found is negative 2 over 3p in the previous question, equals to k over p. Okay, so just write it down first, whatever you all have, because sometimes you may see initially, then you might be thinking, why so many unknowns one here? Okay, simplify it, cancel, 9 divided by 3, you get 3. Here you get 1 over p minus 6 over p equals to k over p. You get negative 5 over p equals to k over p. Therefore, k will be equals to negative 5. Just a 2-mark question. Okay, coming to the end already. Okay, question B. The sum to infinity of a geometric progression is 8. Oops. Geometric progression is 8. Second term of the geometric progression is 3 over 2. Find two possible values of the common ratio. Okay, so let's just write what information they give us first. S infinity is equals to 8. So formula for sum to infinity is A over 1 minus R equals to 8. Then second term is equals to 3 over 2. We know that the formula is AR to the power of n minus 1. Therefore, it will be AR, term 2, 3 over 2. Okay, so what do we want to find? We want to find common ratio, right? So we want to find what is R. If I want to find what is R, then I substitute away A. Okay, so because now I got two equations in terms of A and R, you know that you have to do simultaneous equation with each other to find one of the terms. In fact, you can find both of the terms. but we want to find what's common ratio only, which is R. So let's make A to be our subject. Okay, so over here, this one also I just make it to 8 minus 8R. Okay, equation 1, equation 2 is, let's just sub 2 into 1 or 1 into 2, it's the same thing. And you'll get 3 over 2R equals to 8 minus 8R. Go and simplify this, cross multiply it. 16R minus 16R squared, you'll get 16R squared minus 16R plus 3 equals to 0. 4R minus 3, and then 4R minus 1 equals to 0. R equals to 3 over 4. R equals to 1 over 4. Okay, 5-mark question. Everyone okay? I feel my energy also today, first day go back to school, also all depleted already. Even though I didn't, it's just a different feeling. Maybe happy see everyone that's why. Okay, any issue? All good? Good. Okay, last one. Let's go. Last one. Okay, particle moves in a straight line such that its displacement s meters from a fixed point O at a time t seconds is given by s equals to 2 plus t minus 2 cos t for t more than equals to 0. Find the displacement of the particle from O when it first comes to instantaneous rest. So whenever you see this, just write this statement here first. V equals to 0. Okay, so I got S. Do I have V? I don't have V. Can I find V? Can. Just differentiate S because V is equals to ds over dt. Okay, which is equals to 1 plus 1 plus 2 sine t. Okay, 1 plus 2 sine t. Okay, then we substitute V equals to 0. Then you get 1 plus 2 sine t equals to 0. Sine t equals to negative half. Okay, then this one be extra careful. You all have to use your ASTC to solve. Half equals to, alpha equals to pi over 6. Draw your ASTC. Negative. That's the first time it comes to rest. So we want to find for this angle here. And your t will be 7 over 6 pi because pi plus pi over 6. So 7 over 6 pi. Okay, so we want to find, we just sub t. Okay, when t equals to 7 over 6 pi, s will be 2 plus 7 over 6 pi minus 2 cos 7 over 6 pi. Make sure if you type in the calculator, this is in radian mode. Okay, radian mode, 7.40. I think if you write it as 7.397, right? Anyone wrote 7.39724? Okay, you also can get the answer. It's also acceptable lah. Yeah, otherwise it's 7.40. Okay, gotta remember this information. Okay, I know y'all haven't been doing this kind of question in terms of like when it stopped, then what's the meaning of a particle when it stops? It is when it reverse direction, right? Okay, so y'all gotta keep this in mind now. Whenever they ask y'all find the instantaneous rest v equals to 0, know that at that point there or that time, that's when the particle stops and changes direction. Right? You all run, you change direction, you have to stop, turn, direction. Okay, so just keep this in mind first. Okay, second one. Find the time when the particle next comes to rest. Okay, so the next time it comes to rest, look back into the graph. ASTC, right? So it'll be in your fourth quadrant. Okay, it'll be your fourth quadrant. Okay, Louis is asking, can you leave it in exact? Exact means what? What's your value? What's your equation?
Like the answer there, I just 12 plus 7 pi over 6 minus
2.
3.
Sub 3? 2 plus what?
The answer I look is 12 plus 7 pi over 6 minus 3.
12. How you get 12? Is the value 7.40?
Yeah.
Same. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure, but don't do. I think try not to do that when they don't ask you to do, because the answer scheme say the final mark is 7.397 or 7.40. Okay, so if they don't ask you to write in exact value, you just count the value because you will need to use this later on.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Find the time when the particle next comes to rest. So you need to use back that graph here. Okay, this graph. So we know that the next time it comes to rest is in the fourth quadrant. Right? The fourth quadrant here. Because that's when it's negative also. Okay? So what you will get, just now our alpha is pi over 6. So this will be 2 pi minus pi over 6, which is 11 over 6 pi. Okay, 11 over 6 pi. Okay, so you know, right, that this 2 time, okay, this 2 time, just now was what? T equals to 7 over 6 pi and T equals to 11 over 6 pi. This is when the particle is at instantaneous rest. What does it mean? It means that the particle changes direction during that point of time. Okay, if the particle is going to the right at t equals to 7 over 6 pi, it stops, change direction, then go to the left. Okay, then at 11 over 6 pi again, stop, then change direction again, then go to the right again. Okay, you all need to keep this in mind because this part here is important for you all to solve the next question. Okay, then they say find the distance, okay, the distance traveled by the particle for 0 to 3 pi over 2. Okay, not displacement, so distance. How do? We have to draw it out. Okay, we have to draw it out. Okay, so they want until 3 pi over 2, right? Why I highlighted just now that these two values is you need to see the time, right, where it stops, whether it's within this range or not first. Okay, so if you cannot read, okay, it's what, 7 over 6, 11 over 6, and 3 over 2. If you cannot read, change it to decimal place so that you all can read properly on what the time is. So 3 over 2 is what? 1.5 pi, right? So 7 over 6 is 1.167 pi. Oops. Okay, 1.167 pi. And then 11 over 6 is 1.83 pi. 1.83 pi. Okay, so you all see only this part here, only the first part is within the range of values that it stopped. So only one time it U-turn, right? It stopped and then U-turn. Understand? So then after that, you need to find the position of 3 pi over 2. If both of the values is within it, then you all have to draw it out and then see how it moves to find the total distance. Okay, so let's find at s equals to 0, at t equals to 0. Don't always assume that t equals 0, s equals 0. Go and calculate first. So in this case, it is you sub in t equals 0, you get s equals to 0. So we write at the x-axis here, we write the displacement. So equals 0. So you draw it out first. Your particle, this is at t equals to 0. So I like to write the t at the beside the particle. And then at 7 over 6 pi, which was what we found in the previous question, in the question A, it is at 7.40. Okay, 7.40. This is when t equals to 7 over 6 pi. Okay, so this is the first time that the particle stops. Then what happens? Okay, until 3 over 2 pi, right? So we need to find where is the displacement at 3 over 2 pi. So t equals to 3 over 2 pi. You will get s equals to 2 plus 3 over 2 pi minus 2 cos 3 over 2 pi, and you will get 6.712. Okay, so that means at here, when t equals to 3 over 2 pi, which is your ending, you will get the position 6.712. Okay, so this part here, and then this part here. All right, so we know the green region. Okay, so now how do we calculate total distance? The green region is 7.40. The yellow region would be 7.40 minus 6.712. Okay, this would be the yellow part. And what will you get? 7.4 plus 0.688, you will get 8.08. Okay, it depends. Somehow the answer scheme used the 7.3972, and yeah, you should get the same answer lah. Okay, 7.4 plus 0.688, 8.088. Okay, 8.088. Okay, so this is it. The final paper, and your exam will be next week. All right, so go and calculate your marks for this, and then you will know roughly where you all stand. Okay, so let's end this recording.